Today we're going to talk about the brand new OnePlus Buds Pro 2. These are the latest pair of buds from OnePlus that are featuring dual drivers on each earbud. They also featuring 3 microphones and of course wireless charging, great audio playback. Last but not least, of course, is spatial audio using some of their technology available there. And of course, high quality audio with Dolby Atmos configuration depending on the device that you're using. This is TK and this is my review of the brand new OnePlus Buds Pro 2. Let's check it out. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. Now, I'll start off by saying is that the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 are available in 2 different colors. There's the black color and the green color that we have here. This is the Arbor Green. And what I really like the fact is that actually this matches what I have on the brand new OnePlus 11. Now, the first thing I will probably say is this. These will work the best with a OnePlus 11 device. This is something to keep in mind because this is one of the main features that they're talking about here, but they're also going to work great with some of the other options. One of the big things I'll probably say is that we actually have dual device support here, dual connection support at the same time, which means you can have it connected to your phone, your PC, your phone, and another phone, and of course get the same experience across multiple devices. And of course, what we're seeing here is the OnePlus Buds. Again, the case itself does have wireless charging. You have an LED light indicator here for when you're charging it, a USB-C charging cable port on the back. The buds themselves are magnetically clamped, so there's no obviously chance for them to fall out, but once you need them, you just basically take them out and start using them. We have a proximity sensor and of course the charging ports here on the back, 3 microphones on each bud, and of course we also have the ability of using AI for noise cancellation. Last but not least, of course, the 2 different colors, the different tips that are also included in the box with a USB-A to USB-C charging cable to plug it into your PC or any charger that you have. They'll charge from almost anything. Now, the buds themselves have a 60 milliampere battery. The case itself has 520 milliampere battery, and that pretty much gives you the ability of going up to 9 hours of playback on a single charge with the buds themselves, and up to 39 hours with the included case all together with a full charge on there. They're IPS, the IP55, and of course, that's going to give you the ability of getting that water resistance, so you don't have to worry about a little bit of a sweat coming on it. Up to 54, or actually as low as 54 millisecond latency available. One thing I will say before we get too far is I actually tested it out using it on the OnePlus 11, and I'll go ahead and put the box away. And I of course had the opportunity to test it out with my Pixel 7 Pro. So we had the opportunity to test it with a OnePlus device and a non-OnePlus device, and I had them connected together both at the same time. We'll talk about the different experiences there. So the last thing I want to mention to you guys is that on a non-OnePlus device, the best resolution you're going to be able to get is SBC or AAC with 24-bit at 44 kilohertz, LHDC on a OnePlus device running the latest version of software from OnePlus at up to 24 bits with 48 kilohertz, and of course Dolby configuration for the audio. Bluetooth connection, of course, active noise cancellation, spatial audio, all present here, specifically spatial audio present on OnePlus devices. Now, we'll notice on that both devices will show us the experience of how much battery we have on the case as well as the buds themselves. To be able to configure them on a OnePlus device is pretty straightforward. You go directly into the notification panel, click your Bluetooth functionality, go into it, and then click the About, and that takes you directly into the configuration. On non-OnePlus devices, you do need to download the application called Hey Melody. You download it, install it, and then for the most part, pretty much gives you a similar experience. Just keep in mind that this is obviously the way it's configured for non-OnePlus devices. It's available to download, and of course, you get the same information, battery charge level, buds. It doesn't show us the noise cancellation right now because I have them, they're not in my ears. The one thing I will say is that we are able to customize a personalized noise cancellation, kind of a profile built in, and you can definitely customize that when you have it in there, and it transfers from one to the other. Soundmaster is installed. High-res audio is only available on OnePlus devices for the LHDC. On non-OnePlus devices is AAC and SBC. The golden sound is also more of an audio profile that we're able to customize. Spatial audio is also only available for OnePlus devices, not for non-OnePlus devices. So you miss that feature if you're using a device that is not a OnePlus device. Now we have Zen mode, and of course we have the ability of going to camera-related functionality, dual connection, earbud fit test, find my device, and firmware update. And of course we have game mode for that 54 millisecond experience. Now, dual connection, as I showed you guys before, we have the ability of seeing the devices that are connected on both devices, and you can see them in the order being on the device that you're actually looking at. As far as earbud test, firmware update, everything works the same. Earbud controls is pretty straightforward, except that we don't have it at the bottom here, and here we have it as a button. So we just basically have to scroll down and find the earbud controls, and we can customize that experience. Very straightforward, and of course you can customize the different buttons that you have in there, and it'll work just the same. So keep in mind, overall experience is about the same with the differences that are unique to OnePlus devices, and that's going to be the LHDC and spatial audio. But the gaming, the gaming mode option on both of them is available, and they're definitely very good for that low latency experience. Now, as I showed you guys, the experience is very straightforward. You can have them straight into your ear, put them in, and one of the biggest thing I'll probably say is that you don't have to use both of them at the same time. If you like to make calls, and let's say you just want to have one ear, take one out, put it back in the case, and you're pretty much set. They're very small, very low profile, and the actual boom is very short, but it has a pretty good pickup as far as the audio experience. Then later when you're done, put them back in the case, and then you're able to charge them. We have a proximity sensor in there, so if you remove them from your ear, it will pause the music. Putting them back in your ear will start the music again. Let's go outside real quick, and I'll give you guys an audio sample of the brand new OnePlus Buds Pro 2 audio, so you know exactly how it's going to sound on your phone. Now, to do a quick audio sample of how does the audio sound from the Buds Pro 2, I have active noise cancellation turned on, which is typically how I use them. Overall, everybody's been happy with the audio the way when they're talking to me on phone calls or even video calls. You can actually use them in either paired or single ear, so you don't have to have both of them in there. And from what you essentially get is you're getting much more reduction of the environmental audio as well. So if, let's say, you're in an environment where there's a lot of noise, like right now there's a lot of chirping of the birds around me, you're probably hearing them, but you're not hearing them as pronounced as I am hearing them when I don't have the earbuds in my ear. So the overall experience is, this is what the audio sounds like and should be sounding for you in video or audio calls if you decide to pick up the brand new Buds Pro 2. Again, best experience is going to be on a OnePlus 11 or a OnePlus device, so you can get the LHDC, the spatial audio, all of the benefits that you're experiencing are going to be best on a OnePlus device. But they work great. I'm recording this on a Pixel, and of course using the front-facing camera there. Now, the one thing that you probably noticed right there is that the audio sounded a little bit processed, and that's because that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to reduce the amount of ambient sound around us and give you that really clear audio. So it's a combination of 3 microphones on each earbud, but also a combination of an AI processing algorithm to provide us that best audio experience. It sounds very clear, and you're able to understand me, and for the most part, I didn't have any issues with it either. Range is also very, very good. Again, my standard typical test that I love to do in the house, and that's because I usually have about 2 to 3 walls from where I am and where I'm going, is from one side of my house all the way to the other side of my house. The audio was playing very nicely, and it definitely sounded great. Now, we don't have gesture support, we have button support, so it's more of a clip, basically a clicking option that you get on the side of the bud. And I like that more than touch because there's less chances for accidental triggering of audio changing configuration. Meaning you you double tapped it, but you didn't sure if you did double tap or a triple or even did one. And you're trying to figure out like how are you tapping as many times. This is pretty straightforward when you put them on. Let's go ahead and put them back on into the ear. You put it in and then you click and then you get it on and it works the same. Double click, triple click, or press and hold to switch between active noise cancellation and standard mode. I will say that I would say basically the awareness mode where it's augmenting the audio from the outside is crazy good. It's almost as if I didn't have the buds themselves in my ear, and I was having conversations with my wife and my son and I could hear them clearly. Very, very nice, and of course, just the way you'd expect it to be. Pretty sure you guys want to talk about audio experience and of course, active noise cancellation. Out of the box, it actually did a pretty decent job with active noise cancellation of reducing about 30 to 40 decibels around my environmental audio, meaning when my PC was still working, I did actually get a chance to use that obviously for the last 3 weeks. The audio from the PC kind of went away, and when I'm outdoors and there's a lot of noise, it just brings everything down to the point where it becomes unobtrusive. Basically, it stops being an annoying experience. And of course, if you turn on audio, it pretty much just kills everything around it. The fit is pretty nice. Make sure you use the right ear tip for your ear. So they do provide you with 3 different sizes in the box. As far as the audio experience, I'll probably say is this is some of the experiences that you have to it's more of a personal experience, but the bass is definitely very nice and pronounced. It's not very overly bassy, and it's not very overly high on the lows. It's balanced on the mids and highs, and definitely has enough of a kick on the bass to enjoy the music if you're listening to it at somewhat of a decent level volume. Overall on the spatial audio that we're talking about, it's going to work with a certain number of applications. It's not supporting everything yet. It's more so of the Google implementation of spatial audio. So I would say basically if you're looking at Spotify, if you're looking at YouTube Music, YouTube videos, even with Netflix, this is going to work pretty much as you'd expect it. You can either have it in fixed mode, which means the audio is going to be more of a spatial experience. You're going to feel like it's coming from all around you. Or you can have it with head tracking, meaning as long as your system is sitting in front of you, you move your head, the audio will move with you. Very straightforward, and it works. I will say though, once you switch over from a standard profile to that spatial audio, that it becomes less pronounced a little bit because it's trying to give you more of a filling experience around you, more so than that basically, I would say like the head thumping experience where it's just inside of your head and you're by yourself. So depending on what you're looking for, I'm making it sound like it's worse, but in reality, it's just definitely, I will say it's more pronounced when you're running it with ANC on and spatial audio off. But if you turn on spatial audio, you're definitely going to be able to experience that and enjoy that if you're looking for that experience out of them. So it works really nice for what they're offering us there. 54 milliseconds as far as gaming. I play Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile, no issues at all. So this is definitely going to be the best experience. And this is one of the things that OnePlus has done in the past where they gave us the best low latency modes, of course, in the game mode turn option. And I love that this is also present for non-OnePlus devices. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for the best the best buds on the market for a OnePlus device running the latest version of the software, I feel like the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 definitely do the job and they do it very well. You do lose a few features like spatial audio and of course, as I mentioned to you guys, the ability of using LHDC when you're going to non-OnePlus. But I will say that they sound great on the Pixel 7 Pro. I mean, AAC is not a bad codec. It just, again, the opportunity of being able to go to LHDC is nice. Dolby Atmos configuration is present on the OnePlus 11, so definitely worked really nice. And of course, all of that kind of configuration works really good. I couldn't get it to run on or work with my Amazon Music 360 audio. I'm not sure why, but I'm sure that there's more of a compatibility they can add down the road. Again, Spotify is supported, YouTube Music, as well as some of the other options on the market. I realize YouTube Music may not have the highest quality audio, but Spotify and of course having it available for Netflix for video, it's going to be definitely very nice. So my hope is that you enjoyed this video. These are going to be a great pair of buds regardless of what system you're using. Again, if you're not using a OnePlus, you just need to download that application to customize the experience. And having that dual connection at the same time with the IP55, up to 9 hours or 39 hours worth of playback is crazy for like long flights. And of course, just being able to do a lot of work during the day and jumping between two different devices is always appreciated. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.